How you doing, Lee? I hear we're catching you right before you go into sparring.
Right, last spar today. Ahead the next week. So yeah, just finish on a good one. Everything's done, all the hard work's done. So just last part of the preparations to do, and then it'll be rest over the weekend and fight week.
Of course, you're fighting Diego Ruiz, who many of us know fought previously Michael Conlan. I was actually there reporting for that fight. Why was this the fight you wanted? Is he a bit of a yardstick because of the people he's fought?
It was more so just when we had been inactive for a while. We needed to get back in the ring as soon as possible. He's well known, he's tough, he's durable. He's been on MTK cards and that before. I feel like he must be sort of easy to deal with. I can imagine it wasn't me really who picked him, considering the circumstances that we're in just now, where obviously fights falling through, cancellations, and obviously big fights on the horizon as well, and just need to wait on a couple of things being finalised. So it was just perfect.
It really seems like your star is rising. I mean, your 11 fights, 9 of them coming by knockout, 3 big titles, British, Commonwealth, European. How are you feeling about how quickly things have been happening for you? You're 25 years old, right? Just absolutely phenomenal pace of achievement so far.
Definitely, I said this in an interview I'd done previously. Like, I'd won the IBF youth title in my 4th fight, then the Commonwealth title my 5th, unified British and Commonwealth titles after 8, and then I was British Commonwealth European within 10. So I don't think any UK fighter's done that really in that space of time, and 10 fights at only the age of 24-year-old at the time I was when I'd done that. So progress has been so fast, and I feel like that's now we're in a tough position with me. Decision making is obviously going to be key, because I'm proving that I'm European world level, and going on the number of fights that I've had, you would probably say that I shouldn't be at the level I'm at.
Also, your training group. I mean, you're training with Ben Davison, you're training with fellow Scot Josh Taylor. I mean, what's it like to be in a group like that, to have, you know, those kind of, let's call them legends around you?
Yeah, definitely. It brings out the best in me 100%. I've been, from the very beginning of my career, I've been alongside Josh. So, and I've basically just been going and doing the same thing as what he's done in terms of fast progression, sort of skip British European level. I was young enough to tick them off the list, and it's good because it gave us between the two of us every single belt. Between the two of us, we've got every single belt in boxing. So
are the two of you good mates? Obviously,
two good mates. Yeah, of course. I'd known Josh before, like when I was younger. Like, it's amazing that he's a mate, a teammate, somebody I look up to. Like, it's mad. Two young ordinary lads from Scotland have done obviously so well, but that just shows you that with the work and we sacrifice it. We're down here in London, away from our families, probably more than we are at home, and the results are it's shown in the results. So if you put that work in and you believe in yourself, and most importantly, you take them risks, you'll get the rewards. Well, some will, some won't, but you'll never find out if you're too scared to take them risks. And I've never been shy of turning down any challenge, and that's the thing. I think that's why I have achieved so much so early on in my career, because I'm fearless. There's nothing that's going to faze me in the opposite corner who weighs the same weight as me. It's just doesn't faze me one bit. It doesn't even scratch the surface compared to what I've been through in life. So no matter who it is, if it's the best fighter on the planet in my weight, that excites me. That's the kind of fights that I want to be involved in.
Tell me a bit about what you've been through in life that's given you this kind of tenacity to get 3 major titles by the age of 25 years old.
Basically, 2017 is when my life changed. Before that, I mean, like, but my upbringing was never easy. I was brought up in a housing scheme, and all the rest of it, like a lot of folk, and I wouldn't change anything about it. But please believe me, it wasn't easy. Times were tough, but they made me who I am today. And then breaking out into the amateur in the year 2017, I won the British title as a senior. That same day that I won that British title, I lost my mum. She passed away with cancer that same day that I won the British title. And then that was just a whirlwind couple of months from then. Within the space of 6 months, I'd lost my mum and my 2 grandparents, and it was just horrendous times. Never been so down in my whole life. Didn't know how I could come back from this. I was just turned, I can't remember what age, 18, 19. So young lad, and then right at the beginning of 2018, I thought that was it. And then I turned professional. I thought things are looking up, and then I lost my granddad, who was like a dad to me, like the guy who done everything for me, played such a role and getting me in the position I am today. So then when that happened, I think it was my second professional contest. It was just a real tough time, and I managed to get through all them times, winning titles. And like I just said, like them tough times make these tough times, like for example setbacks and fights falling through and things like that. These are easy to deal with compared to what I've been through in life. So it's built me. I'm strong, and there's nothing else that's going to make things tougher than what I've already been through.
This group with Ben Davison, Josh Taylor, it must feel like a family to you. And Ben has just this history of bringing out the absolute best in his fighters. Tell me about that group, that dynamic, and what Ben does that seems to just bring out the best in everyone.
There is like a tight group, and the talent is unbelievable. So if you can't improve and bounce off each other in that environment, then you're in the wrong game. We're pushing each other to our limits, and I can honestly say I wouldn't push myself physically, although I've always had that 100% grit, determination, and training as hard as I possibly can, and I do that. But I do believe I wouldn't get that extra 5% out of myself if I never had these guys alongside me. It's just you just physically wouldn't you just couldn't push yourself. Well, I couldn't anyway. That little extra bit that I do so when I've got these guys next to me training alongside me, and I feel like we're all at different stages. So obviously Josh is leading the pack with Lee Wood and the world champions, and then you've got myself just below who's getting there as well, and then you've got Shabazz Masood, the McCormack twins, Mark Dickinson, the prospects coming through as well. So it's amazing to be alongside all these guys, and we are all bringing the best out in each other.
And you are knocking on the door of a world title. You are ranked 3rd by the IBF. Can I just ask you, as a fellow Scotsman, what was it like for you seeing your mate, who you've known for a long time, Josh Taylor, become unified world champion, but not get a TV contract in the UK initially, not have his fight broadcast in the UK, not being named as a finalist in the Sports Personality of the Year Awards, not really getting recognised? It may not have anything to do with him being Scottish, who knows, it might be a boxing thing, but what was that like for you, knowing that you're on that door yourself and he's achieved all this and wasn't getting that recognition?
Yeah, it was one of them like that. I feel like that's why it was so special, the occasion of being out there. And although it was hard, and like you said, they didn't have his home crowd, there was no fans, things like that, but I feel like that's all part of the story and makes the story even better. Than the fact it was about 12, 15 as we went out there. He had the job to do, he'd done the job, and it was basically us against the whole of them. And I'll never forget that moment, and it's a moment that will live with me forever. It's a moment that I feel like I didn't feel like I could experience and have that emotion, be that emotionally involved when it's based, well, you could say like it's nothing really to do with me, although he's a good friend. Like that beat any moment in my career, and I'm like, how that's not me physically, but it's so hard to explain. We've got videos, we look back, and it's just like I say to myself, like, how was I acting like that? Because I was on live, and I always like to respect myself and come across well. And sometimes adrenaline and all that just gets the total better of you. And there I was on my phone swearing, and just something that was just out of control. It was unbelievable. A feeling that is very, very hard to explain, but one that will live with me forever. And it was a very special moment, and one that hopefully I can achieve myself. And I'm so grateful to be alongside Josh and living these moments with him, because when it's my time, it's going to be no shock to me. I'm not going to be overwhelmed by the occasion, and I'm going to soak it up, and I'll have Josh to thank for that. And I feel like that'll be a massive key in me achieving these things, because sometimes people don't perform how they can because of the occasion, because they're not used to it. They maybe freeze or whatever. I'm experiencing these moments so early on in my career alongside Josh, and then when it's my time, it's no shock to me.
And do you feel any sort of anger, or did you feel upset at the fact that he hasn't been getting the recognition from the wider, let's call it, British community, and he didn't have his fight televised? Obviously you're hoping to be in that same position within maybe a year or so. Do you feel that something needs to be done? Was there a change that needs to be made? Obviously you're a fellow Scotsman as well. Did you feel hard done by it all, the fact that your friend won all these titles and didn't get recognised in the Sports Personality of the Year Awards, for example?
Yeah, of course. I've just got the same attitude as Josh, really. Like, not obviously it's not grateful to get support, but as long as we're getting the results, that's all we care about. We just want to win and get our arms raised, change our lives, change our families' lives, and I feel like that's all Josh is really concerned about, and I'm the exact same. Although recognition and everything like that is a bonus, but us fighters, we just want to win and, like I say, improve ours and our families' lives, and but especially me on my behalf. That's all I'm bothered about. Praise and everything like that is good, is nice, like I just said, but it's honestly it doesn't really bother me that much. And Josh is the exact same. We just want to win.
Excellent fighting mentality. And so, with regards to your world title hopes, you are ranked 3rd by the IBF. There's no one ahead of you though. There's just Inoue, who is the IBF world champion. So, realistically, what are we looking at here? I know there was talks of an interim fight. What are your hopes? What are your plans for getting a shot at a title?
Like you say, there's no one above me, and we went down that list. The IBF keep ordering me to fight against all these guys in the top 10, and I've accepted every single offer that I've been given. Me and my team have accepted every fight that the IBF have put forward to us, and for some reason they aren't materialising, they're opting out, or there's just not happening, and that's why we are taking this fight and keeping busy and being smart next week, and then hopefully come through this fight fully focused on that. Hopefully we will then be in a much better position, and I'm quite confident that my next fight will be some sort of eliminator for that IBF belt, and then when that IBF mandatory is called, hopefully I've obviously won the final eliminator and I'm the mandatory for the IBF belt, and then we'll see where we're at when that comes. If I knew he's still there and he's still champion at that time, and my team believe that that's the fight for me, then there's no way I'm going to shy away from that. Like, what have I got to lose against fighting a pound for pound best fighter in the world? I'm going to change my life regardless. I'm going to fight my heart out. I'm going to go in there and believe that I can win. I'm going to get paid well, and there's no loss there. I can't lose. Like, I'm not scared to lose as well. That's the thing. I feel like a lot of people are scared of that. Oh, they want to protect that. Oh, you're never going to get these results, or you're never going to get these what I've done. You're never going to achieve what I've done so early on if you're not scared to take them risks. And same mindset going into that. But like I said, each fight at a time, one step at a time. Next week, get the job done, and then hopefully we'll have some news on an eliminator with that, or some sort of big fight. Anyway, I want to have my own big show, and I believe Probellum behind me, they will make that happen.
How is it going with Probellum? What made you want to make the move to this brand new company?
Absolutely brilliant. What they've done in such a short space of time is quite remarkable, and it just shows you how big they are going to be. Some of the signings they've made is unbelievable. They've not even started yet with what they're going to be doing. The shows they're going to be putting on, and I believe they'll be one of the biggest promoters in world boxing by the end of this year. Definitely, I feel like they're getting there already, and they're not even fully yet established. They've had I think maybe 2-3 shows or something. It's I'm just grateful, blessed to be involved with these guys, and I know for a fact they're going to bring big nights and change my life and make my dreams come true.
And of course, they've got nonitodonaire on their books, who may fight Inoue for a unification. Who do you think would win in that fight?
Yeah, that's a rematch. That's a real good fight, and one that I would really look forward to. And I think that's potentially going to be happening. And yeah, I think Donaire can't beat him, and he showed that in the first fight.
With regards to Diego Ruiz, next week, Conlan took him out in 9. Your stablemate, Masood, he went the distance with him, but also beat him. You got 9 knockouts from your 11th fight. I'm going to go to double digits this time.
He's tough. We know that. He's tough. He's durable. The 9th round stoppage, Conlan stopped him. It was a weird stoppage as well. It wasn't exactly as if it should really have been stopped. I don't know if towel came in or what. It was a bit confusing. But I want to go in and make a statement. Of course I do, and I want to deal with this guy, and I want to do it in a devastating way, and I believe I'm going to do that.
Excellent. Well, we will let you get on with your sparring session. Thank you for talking to us, Lee, and good luck in the next fight.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking this icon right here and hit the bell button below so that you can receive an alert every time we upload a new video.